I feel like I can really like read the room and I could just feel that it wasn't going to be me picked that night too, just because like he was more physically affectionate with Destiny.
I wanted to ask, are you surprised to be chatting with me about your Love Island experience? Is this how you thought this was going to play out?
I did want to make it to the end. I did want to find my person. So it was like really surprising to me to actually like just be the first one, out.
You had a connection with Harrison at the end there? So was he giving you any kind of inclination that he was going to pick you or not pick you, anything like that?
Harrison was so hard to read, and honestly, a lot of the guys, like even like having guy chats with him, agreed. It was just like, yeah, he didn't give me much, like when we had conversations, I thought the conversations were going really smooth and amazing. But I did know that like Destiny was like another option for him. I guess I just didn't ask either, like how his connection was going with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like I can really like read the room and I could just feel that it wasn't going to be me picked that night too, just because like he was more physically affectionate with Destiny. Like, for example, like they danced before the recoupling and he would like put his hand on her leg, like, and he didn't do those like little gestures like that with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of knew.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was surprised too. I didn't know which way it was going to go just based on what we did see on the TV edit. So
Yeah.
yeah. Have you seen anything back yet?
I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I don't want to like look back and be like, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that." Like I feel like I was unapologetically me when I was in there, and I feel like I gave everything that I had, and I was very true to myself and true to my feelings. So I don't want to watch it back and have mixed feelings about that. But
Mhm.
tonight I'm binge watching, with my mom because I want to watch like the episodes, I've missed since I've been flying home. I got to cheer my girl Anna on.
Yes, definitely. And I don't blame you for not watching it. I can imagine it's like it would probably be like very triggering to watch yourself on the TV screen. Like I don't
Yeah.
blame the decision. So, but
I'm
you
like,
are
I always sound like that.
no, but so you are going to watch the season going forward.
Correct. Yeah. I want to cheer Anna on. I love that girl and I got to make sure she's doing good in there. I feel
Yeah.
like the night she was really torn up. Both of us were. And I just want to make sure like I need like that peace of mind knowing that, she's okay and she's building connections.
I mean, I'm sad that you didn't get to find that connection in the villa, but it seems like you did still walk away with a love connection after all, in the friendship sense
Yeah.
with Anna. So I'm just glad to see
Absolutely.
that. And what is your take on Anna's relationship with Leo now that we're on that topic?
I feel like they're perfect for each other because they are both equally weirdos. Like Leo like has no filter and neither does Anna. And I also feel like he brings out the weirdness in her, which is a really special thing. Some people try to like shut like that down and he just brings it out of her, which is just beautiful. I love them together.
Oh, so you think that they can go the distance for this season?
I do. I absolutely do. Their energy together is just it's so funny. Like it's so
Yeah,
I love them together.
we'll have to see. It's going to be an exciting season. We already have some relationships like really budding and some of the other relationships kind of crashing and
Uh,
burning, I would say. I mean, you did have that connection with Victor at the
yeah,
beginning there. Speaking of Victor and relationships kind of not going
yeah.
to plan, what went wrong there in that relationship? Were you guys just kind of like two different people, stuff like that, or what?
Absolutely. I feel like Victor and I, just from the start, like we did not have that like instant spark. Like we already like both knew like okay, like we're not each other's like typical type, but we tried to build something. I feel like it was getting there, but like if we would have been in the outside world and had much more time, I feel like it could have turned into something. But being in like the Love Island environment, you have to develop relationships quickly. And I personally was not able to do that with him because like he wasn't my type to begin with, you know. Mm-hmm. So I really to dive deep into my emotions and my vulnerability and really try to open myself up to somebody that was not my type. And it wasn't possible for either of us. You know, we're two different people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hypothetically speaking here, like if you had stayed in the villa, maybe even like a single situation like Bergie was, do you think that you would have had that time to maybe make something happen with Victor or maybe even any of the other guys in the villa?
I would have liked to get to know Harrison more, but Victor necessarily no. And I say that because like the partying situation, like he just seemed extremely judgmental about it, which just really rubbed me the wrong way because it's just like, yes, I go out, but I'm also very successful and I have morals and values. And so that side of him like actually pissed me off. Like I just didn't agree with it. And but obviously like I respect, you know, his decision for that. But at the end of the day, I want somebody that's going to like bring out my fun side, not make me less fun.
Yeah, he seemed like the kind of person too that wasn't afraid of just saying whatever was on his mind, regardless of how like the other person might have felt about it.
Absolutely. Like you have to live unapologetically you. Like, I mean, if you're looking, you know, for your partner, they're going to need to be able to handle everything that you offer, not bits and pieces, you know? So that's why from the get-go, I am a lot. And it's just like, get used to it.
Yeah, I wish that we got to see more of you in the villa. I think you could have brought like such a different energy. Even like Marco was saying at the end there, I don't know if you saw this part, but he was saying to the other people, like, there was just no one like you in the villa. So I wish we did get to see more of you.
I wish I could have had much more time in the villa. I feel like that, you know, the cards just weren't in my favor, honestly, you know, because I, you know, at first like didn't get Marco and then I didn't get Victor and then I didn't get Harrison. And it's just like, but I'm also just to the point where it's like, okay, none of them were my person, you know? So it's just, I wish my person would have been in that villa while I was in there. And I feel like the tables could have been different for me.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I mean, we spoke about this a little bit, like you would have maybe got to know Harrison a little bit more, but like what would have been your game plan had you stayed in the villa? Would it have just been Harrison or would you have maybe even the Marco situation? Because at the beginning there you did step on. No?
I feel like, so Marco and I, like we more of like developed a friendship, you know, near the end. I looked at him more as like a really good like guy friend and like somebody to go to. And then Harrison, like, I feel like if I would have had at least even like one more day, it would have been enough time for me to actually have like an in-depth conversation with him. You know, I see like on social media, for example, people say like, oh, well, like Destiny and Harrison had like intellectual conversations, you know, that Jasmine didn't have. And it's just like, yes, you're right. But it's also like, I'm slow to open up. I'm not the type of person to just give you everything right away. I've been burned one too many times being vulnerable too quick. And I like to keep my guard up until I know you're genuinely, you know, for me. So I feel like if I would have had at least one more day, like I could have shown Harrison, you know, the more layers to me.
And I mean, he was only in the villa for like a day, like you, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. And it's like, there's not a lot of time because it's just like, he has to talk to everybody, you know, he has to equally like get to know everyone. And I can't be selfish and take all of that time from everyone. So, I didn't have a lot of time to get to know him. You know, I wish I would have, but you know, he felt a better connection with Destiny and I respect that too.
Okay. And I did want to shift gears a little bit here. We spoke about your friendship with Anna and I was wondering too, like what your friendships were like with the other people in the villa and mainly the women, because it seemed like there were like maybe even cliques going on. I don't want to, if that was the case or not, but give me your sense of the vibe in the villa because this is the first chance that I'm getting to speak to somebody who was in there in the environment. So what was it going on in there in the villa?
I feel like there definitely were like little cliques, you know, obviously with like Hannah and Carmen coming in at the same time, they were closer. But then like I feel like Anna and I were obviously the closest ones. Like we really just like vibed with each other. I loved KK. Like KK is just amazing. She's such a sweet soul. Cassie, you know, I feel like she kind of drifted away from me and Anna, especially when Anna started pursuing Leo more. So I just noticed that that's when she started to, you know, not be as close or not share as much like information with us. Destiny, she pretty much just really kept to herself. She's just a very, you know, quiet girl. So, but yeah, there were like a little like clicky situations, I guess.
But there weren't any like inciting incidents or anything. It was just kind of naturally, just kind of developed how.
Yeah, it definitely like just like naturally happened like that. And I mean, I guess I'm happy too, like, cause like I loved Anna so much. She was just like my backbone, and it was just so nice to have her. And it's hard too to stay like best friends with everyone in the villa, especially like when you're all pursuing pretty much like maybe the same person.
Right. Awkwardness kind of naturally ensues there.
Yeah. So that's too like, because like I was saying too, like, you know, I thought Leo was really cute, and I thought that like our energies really matched each other. But like, since I had Anna as like my one best friend in the villa, I respected her and did not try to pursue Leo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I were to be like very best friends with everyone in the villa, then I would have had no options.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going on there for love. So, I mean,
exactly. Exactly. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. And it's hard because everybody, like, there's so many different personalities. Like, it's just hard. But I did love and respect all of the girls. Those are friendships that I'm going to have for a lifetime.
Oh, I love to hear that. I mean, it's nice that you got to walk away with that, especially considering how your journey went. Because you did find love in the end in a different way.
With my girls, they're amazing. And, you know, even the guys too, like that'll be lifelong friendships for me as well. Oh, not so much. I don't know how Victor feels about me, but
that's the one.
Yeah.
We'll see because I mean, I get the feeling that he might be one of the ones leaving. So maybe you'll be in contact sooner than later.
I need to get caught up on the episodes. I'm like, I plan on binging them tonight just to see everything that's going on.
Well, you've got a lot to catch up on. It's been good. And
I can't wait.
As we're winding down here, I did want to ask, you know, is there anything that you wanted to say too? Is there anything that you feel like you have left unsaid, maybe from your journey, or anything while you were in the house that you wish that you had said, anything along those lines?
Honestly, no. I feel like I put my whole true, genuine self out there. I know I was unapologetically me. And, you know, I'm really just like happy with the person that I was in the villa. And I don't regret anything. You know, I'm really happy with how my time went in there. Obviously, I wish I had more time, but hey, so yeah, there's not anything that I feel like I didn't say. You know, I feel like I didn't shut up half the time.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad to hear that you don't have any regrets or anything of that nature. So yeah. I guess you're walking away on a positive note. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.